Hello Scorpios, I'm Christy, you're watching Tiny Turtle Tarot and this is your reading for the week ahead. As always, if anything I say resonates or you feel it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Before I get on with your reading, actually, I do want to let you know I have personal readings available on my website. I update it each week, so if you are interested in a personal email reading with me, just go to the link in description, take you to my website. Also, on my website, 30% off my t-shirts. On with your reading, I won't carry on rambling. Let's see what's happening for you beautiful Scorpios this week. Firstly, you have the Temperance card. Then you have the Knight of Wands and the King of Cups. Oops. Then you have the Fool card and the Hanged Man. So as always, I'll talk you through these cards first and then clarify and get more out of them. Temperance is coming into more harmony, things balancing, things feeling more aligned. You may have not felt like you were in the right place at the right time. Things may have felt off recently. Not sure what day it was, not sure what was happening or why it was happening or where it would lead. There's a feeling of being in more synchronicity and maybe seeing a lot more signs and a lot more synchronicities that you are exactly where you're supposed to be and things are actually going in your favour. I don't know what I was about to say. Knight of Wands right next to this. You do have, single or in a relationship, I feel like there is someone that has a lot of attention on you and there's a lot of attraction towards you. You're not interested. Or you're trying to not let it distract you because you know you want more. This person is maybe very attractive also. They're attracted to you and you may be attracted to them, basically. But you know you want more than just a physical attraction. So you don't want them to distract you from your path. You don't want to distract you from what's important to you and what you truly value. Moving on from that, you have the King of Cups. What and who you truly value. If you're in a relationship, I approve. If you're not, there is someone coming in with the King of Cups. Man or woman doesn't matter, but they are your counterpart and they are amazing. King of Cups is emotionally intelligent, very calm and collected, and that cannot be underestimated. I feel like calm and collected, that is a strong asset. That's a bad word. That's a strong trait to have, to be able to stay calm and collected in most and almost all situations. This is someone, almost like you could even be quite similar to this as well. And so you and this person are very powerful when in a room together because everyone else could be running around like headless chickens freaking out about something and you and this person are just like standing there like, what's the big deal? Like, why is everyone freaking out? Chill. Like, you and this person are so chill. Whether it be because you've been through a lot and then whatever happens in life is just nothing to you because you've experienced way worse. Not funny, but I'm laughing. Or whether it be you and this person are just naturally very calm people. Either way, I love this connection that you're either in or coming into. There's someone around you very soon that is very much quite similar to you and you're both very cool. And as soon as I say that, that sounds so lame and I feel like you're not gonna find me cool back now, but you are cool. With the Fool card, this is the energy of a leap of faith and having to kind of have the courage to just jump and see where you end up and figure things out as you go. That's a new path. That's a new journey you're going down. That could be connected to love. If you're single and you've never been in a relationship, you're about to jump down that path and then that's going to be kind of daunting. Others of you, it could just be that you have with the Knight of Wands maybe been in connections that were more shallow or more passionate rather than emotional, and so now you're jumping into this and having to have the courage to have a well-rounded relationship that is more, I feel like in all areas there's a whole lot more connection than you've ever had, because in the past it was just one element, which was passion, whereas now there's passion, there's emotion, there is like an intellectual understanding, right? And there's this ability to communicate as well and talk about things. So there's this whole like 4 areas, if not more, of, oh, that's quite scary, right? Oh, this is different, this is new, rather than just one area that you may have been very good at. With the Hanged Man, this is seeing things differently, this is spiritual awakening, this is looking at things from a complete different angle. I feel like there's something where you may have thought you'd completely awakened. Some of you are very spiritual and you thought you'd done all your awakening, you're very psychic, and you're like, yeah, cool, I've done that path, I've got as far as I can go. You're about to actually see things again from a whole new light, so you could be unlocking a new sense of understanding, like spiritual clairaudience, clairsentience. There could be a new Claire coming. Maybe there's a new Claire coming into your life also. As I said it, I was like, I wonder if your name's Claire. But either way, there's something changing. They're seeing things from a whole new light. When you look at things differently, the things you look at change, and your life is changing with it. Clarified a Temperance card. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Slow down, Scorpio. And I don't know why I feel like I just annoyed someone when I said that. You may be like, I am going slow, I'm going like a snail, I'm not getting where I want to be, I'm not seeing any change. Slow down anyway. I don't know why I feel like slow and steady wins the race. And you may feel like you're going so slow, but you've already lapped everyone else around you when it comes to knowing what's important, when it comes to traveling down the path most valued by you. A lot of people don't even have the courage to even consider doing what they want to do. They're too busy doing what others expect them to do. And I feel like you've progressed down this energy now of doing what you want and what's important to you and what you think matters. And so if it feels slow, if it feels like you're not getting there, if it feels like you want to be doing more and getting further, you have permission to go even slower. Because as long as you're moving forward, you're getting a whole lot further than those that haven't even started. Clarify the Knight of Wands. You have the Four of Swords. There's healing. There is healing in you seeing someone for who they are. This is a player. This could also be a friend of yours. I don't know why I feel like you may have seen a certain person, even if it was just a friend, and you had them on a pedestal in some way. And it could be because they're quite attractive. Unfortunately, our brains do perceive attraction as valuable, and it's not necessarily the case. Salt can be sugar, right? Sugar can be salt. And with the Four of Swords, there's healing and you finally understanding and seeing someone for who they really are. And I don't mean that as you now see them in a really bad light and they're terrible, but I just mean that you see them for, everybody has good and dark. Everyone has good and bad. And instead of you just seeing the good in someone, you do see that they are a real human and there is bad sides to them. And there's healing for you to go, oh yeah, cool. And I feel like there's a detachment happening. Oh, there's a lot of cards on the floor. Ten of Swords, clarifying King of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. And the Two of Wands on the bottom. Deciding. I don't know why I looked at the bottom. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles just makes me think of the word home. Home. So your home. You could be creating a home, building a home, moving home. Something about a home and a house that is of importance. With the Ten of Swords kind of being the minor arcana of rebirth, it feels like you may be at this turning point now of thinking your world is over, or you may be thinking with this around home and King of Cups, you may think there's this weird turning point with someone, because Ten of Swords can be ending, right? Ending in order for a renewal. I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles, them being building a huge, stable, beautiful, content house, home, family, life. There's this like make or break moment with this King of Cups of like, do we stop things? Is this over? And you're willing to look at things for what they really are. And that's very powerful, Scorpio, for you to be able to do that. You're like, okay, look, we call it quits now. Or we build a beautiful life together. Make your mind up. I feel like there's this huge, like that takes guts. Because this King of Cups, this is someone that you know this person is capable of really understanding you, and it almost feels as if they haven't been doing that and you know they're capable of it, you're like, cool, pull yourself together, act grown, act how you know you can act, or stop, like stop, let's stop this, almost. And I know that sounds bold, especially if you've been in a relationship with someone for a while, but you're just like, I really feel like you might awaken someone to something. Like they don't see their full potential, and you're just gonna go, yeah, I like you for your full potential. You're not seeing yourself very clearly. Act in your full potential, or go and act in someone else's life. I don't know why the word act's coming through, but it's just maybe how the person is acting that is more like you're showing them that, yeah, that you can be an amazing person, you can feel these good things, but if you're not acting on them, if you're not continuously showing this or acting in this way or acting from your heart, it doesn't matter. I feel like you are, somebody doesn't see themselves in their brightest, truest light. And because you've seen people that didn't deserve it in the past, in this like angel energy, and like put this halo on their head, you really, honestly, like you saw the worst people in the best light, and now there's someone that sees themselves as the worst person or something, and you're seeing them in the best light, and you're like, well, I've seen the wrong people before, so I know the difference now. Like you're gonna awaken someone to who and how powerful they are. And this could also be about yourself. I feel like this could be reflected onto you, because I said someone else is very similar to you. It could be somebody else coming to you and really showing you, like, yeah, I've seen bad people, you're not a bad person, you're one of the best ones. Oh, that's so beautiful. Some of you really don't see yourself as like good. You're too harsh on yourself, or any mistakes you've made in the past. Clarify the Fool card. You have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, very protective, very persistent, very hardworking, very much wanting to, you want to look out for your life and look after yourself, look after your loved ones, and make sure that you, I feel like there's this persistent energy of you wanting to make sure that everything you do, you're moving forwards and not backwards. And I really feel with the other signs, I often say, don't look in your rearview mirror, you're not going that way, right? Because you're going to start, whatever way you look, your car's going to point and go that way. So I just feel as if you were a car, I don't even think you have mirrors. And I mean that in the best way possible. Especially because you're Scorpio of rebirth. You don't care about the past anymore, you're moving forward. And you're making sure, if you do have mirrors, you're covering those mirrors up. You're not looking back anymore. And you're dedicated to moving forward only. And I love that. Clarifying the Hanged Man, you also have Six of Pentacles, which is reciprocity, fairness, equal give and take. With the Hanged Man, I feel as if there is an awakening of you realizing it's okay to give as good as you get. And then lots of you, what I mean by that is you're very much aware that fire doesn't fight fire, right? And like there's no point in biting back, and there's no point in rise above. Sometimes in life it's good though to show that you are capable of fighting fire with fire, and it's okay to give as good as you get, and it's okay to show what you are capable of. And like I said, I think in the bigger picture, in the grand scheme of things, you are rising above. However, there's something where I feel as if someone may change the way they look at you or change their perspective of you because they're not expecting to give back as good as you get in some way. And I really feel like it could be I feel like there's something where you stand up for yourself. It almost feels like it might be in a work environment, to be honest, or around a lot of people, where you are able to go, actually, I don't know why, I feel like you're walking in on someone else sticking up for you and you're like, thank you so much, I can handle it from here. I feel like yeah, there's nothing more to be said about that. You know that you stick up for people who can't stick up for themselves or aren't in the room to stick up for themselves, and somebody's almost doing that for you in the nicest way possible, and you're like tapping them out. You're like, I can tap in now, I've got this. Could also be you standing up for someone else. That could all be flipped, but I feel like for most of you, it's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to fight fire with fire. It's okay to fight back. It's okay to don't feel like you need to, especially in a spiritual sense, if you are very spiritual and very awakened to the fact that you shouldn't match others' frequencies, you may have for a long time not fought back and thought that keeping quiet or not biting back, or, you know, holding your tongue was the most enlightened approach. And I feel like there's this huge power of you going, oh, I actually have a voice, and it is to speak, and it is to stand up for myself. And I like this huge feeling. I feel like there's going to be a shocked look on someone's face that you may wish you have a picture of, because you don't look as powerful as you are. You don't look as powerful as you are. You may look very like, I don't know how to put it. I'm getting Clark Kent come through, right? I just feel like people see you as Clark Kent and you're Superman. Or Superwoman, right? I forget what Superwoman's name is. Supergirl. But you know what I'm saying. You're strong enough where you don't need to show that you're Superman. But it's okay to show it sometimes. I'm going to wrap your reading up here. Thank you so much for watching. If anything I said resonated or you know it will in the future, please let me know by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you next Tuesday for Tiny Tall Tarot Tuesdays.